What if I told you that the Bible we know today might be missing vital details about creation, the Patriarchs, and even God's laws themselves? Imagine a hidden text, preserved in the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible, claiming to hold these secrets, an ancient book called the Book of Jubilees, also known as Little Genesis. This text claims to bridge gaps in the Genesis story, revealing hidden commandments and providing a unique perspective on humanity's relationship with God. But why was this book banned and excluded from most versions of the Christian Bible? Today, we'll journey deep into the mysteries of the Book of Jubilees to discover its profound spiritual insights and understand why it remains controversial in religious history. Right from the start, the Book of Jubilees captures us with an extended narrative of creation that goes beyond the familiar Genesis account. More than simply recounting how God created the world, Jubilees paints an expansive vision of the universe, complete with angels and divine forces orchestrating natural phenomena and the laws of life itself. According to Jubilees, from the first moment of creation, God didn't just bring life into existence, He established a sacred, harmonious structure of time. With angels in attendance from the very beginning, the divine order wasn't just a human concept, but a cosmic arrangement. These angels, according to Jubilees, weren't merely witnesses to creation. They were active participants, shaping the universe and ensuring that everything followed God's will, from the movement of the sun and the moon to the stars. Unlike the Genesis account, Jubilees emphasizes that time itself is sacred, and from the very start, angels were guardians of this divine time structure. One of the key features of Jubilees is its introduction of a divinely ordained calendar, distinct from the standard calendar we follow today. Jubilees describes a solar-based calendar comprising 364 days, divided into 4 equal seasons of 91 days each. This calendar is much more than a tool to mark time. It symbolizes how humanity can live in harmony with God's divine order. According to Jubilees, people are meant to align their lives with this sacred rhythm, which allows holy days, like the Sabbath and festivals, to occur on their divinely intended days. However, the world has strayed from this system, and as a result, humanity has lost the intended harmony with God's divine order. The Book of Jubilees presents a unique account of creation, one that includes aspects not found in the traditional Genesis story. From the very start, God created angels, heavenly beings with specific duties to uphold and protect the divine order of the universe. These angels were not mere observers. They were tasked with governing natural phenomena, enforcing God's commandments, and serving as guardians of life and order. Jubilees makes it clear that these angels are integral to ensuring that all creation, from the movement of celestial bodies to the existence of life itself, follows the sacred laws established by God. One of the most controversial teachings of Jubilees is its insistence on humanity following a solar calendar rather than a lunar one, as many ancient cultures, including the Israelites, once did. According to Jubilees, only the solar calendar, comprised of 364 days, is a true reflection of God's divine will. This calendar divides time into 4 equal seasons, with angels assigned to oversee each one. It's notable that the Ethiopian Orthodox calendar still uses a solar system resembling this structure, divided into 12 months of 30 days each, with an additional month to balance the year. However, the world has strayed from this system, and as a result, humanity has lost the intended harmony with God's divine order. By deviating from the solar calendar, humanity not only loses track of time, but steps out of alignment with God's will. Jubilees warns that the resulting chaos extends to how we observe holy days and spiritual events. Returning to the solar calendar, it argues, would restore humanity's harmony with the divine rhythm God set in place from the dawn of creation. In Jubilees, the Sabbath isn't merely a day of rest, it is a cornerstone of the universe's time structure. God didn't just rest on the seventh day. He sanctified it, establishing it as an eternal law for both humankind and the angels. According to Jubilees, the Sabbath isn't just part of the weekly cycle. It's at the heart of larger divine cycles, such as the 49-year Jubilee cycle. These sacred cycles, designed to bring rest, renewal, and release, apply not only to the earth and humanity, but to all creation, including spiritual beings. Jubilees also suggests that commandments, including the Sabbath, were given to Adam right from the beginning. God didn't just instruct him in holiness. He established laws for marriage, purity, and worship, passing these commandments down through generations. Acting as divine messengers, angels played a crucial role in delivering these commandments to ensure humanity's continued adherence to God's divine order. Jubilees teaches that obeying these commandments isn't just about following rules. It is about aligning with God's sacred design for the universe. This adherence to divine law extended to the patriarchs themselves, from Adam to Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who all followed these laws long before Moses formally received them. For example, Jubilees depicts Noah as more than just a survivor of the Great Flood. He is a preserver of the laws of purity and sacrifice. This portrayal reinforces the notion that the Mosaic Law was not a new set of rules, but a re-establishment of ancient divine principles. Jubilees recounts the lives of Israel's patriarchs in detail, underscoring their observance of divine laws even before the giving of the Mosaic Law. The story of Noah, for instance, is not just about survival after the flood, but about a figure who upheld sacred laws, such as rituals of purity and sacrifice. Through this narrative, Jubilees suggests that the commandments weren't first introduced with Moses, but were instead part of a timeless moral code that guided the patriarchs long before Moses received them. Similarly, Jubilees reimagines the story of Joseph, casting his life as a divinely preordained part of God's plan for Israel's destiny. Joseph's journey to Egypt, often seen as a series of fortunate events, is, in the Book of Jubilees, a cosmic bridge that allows the people of Israel to ultimately find refuge and later experience the Exodus. Angels are portrayed not just as protectors of Joseph, but as guides, ensuring he fulfills his role in God's redemptive plan. According to Jubilees, Joseph's life events were not mere coincidences, but divine designs, preparing Israel's path to Egypt, and later, their miraculous deliverance. Finally, Jubilees offers a spiritually rich perspective on Moses and the Exodus. The laws Moses received on Mount Sinai weren't freshly minted. They were already inscribed on heavenly tablets long before. This implies that the Mosaic Law wasn't only for the Israelites, but was part of an eternal order predating human history. Jubilees emphasizes that Israel's time in Egypt and the Exodus were not merely historical events, but divinely orchestrated chapters in a cosmic plan written on the heavenly tablets. Israel's enslavement and eventual deliverance were predestined, underscoring God's power and his plan for salvation. In the end, the Book of Jubilees presents a vivid and intricate vision of the end times, marking the ultimate roles of angels and humanity in God's final judgment. The angels aren't merely celestial beings observing from afar. They're active participants in the last days. According to Jubilees, these angels will gather the righteous, separate the wicked, and carry out God's judgment, ultimately binding the leader of evil spirits and casting him into the abyss, a symbolic victory of God over darkness. Jubilees prophesies a future messianic kingdom where God will reign and the righteous will dwell in peace. This isn't just a return to a simpler time. It's a divinely perfect era where God's laws are inscribed in the hearts of humanity, restoring the harmony that was once lost. In this kingdom, the law will be fully observed and the faithful will inherit the earth. The final judgment is depicted as the decisive defeat of evil, ushering in an era of eternal peace. Through these timeless cycles of divine law, the Book of Jubilees paints an image of a restored creation. It isn't merely an ancient text, but a lens through which we can view the sacred link between humanity, angels, and God. By uncovering hidden layers of spiritual meaning in these sacred timelines, commandments, and universal order, Jubilees opens a new perspective on the history and destiny of humankind, firmly placing all of us within God's eternal plan. Whether viewed as an inspired text or a historical curiosity, the Book of Jubilees reveals a cosmic vision of humanity's purpose and path, designed by God and safeguarded by His divine messengers. The book's message challenges us to consider how our own lives might align with a sacred rhythm, a rhythm that spans not only time, but reaches into eternity itself. If you found value in this journey through Jubilees, stay tuned and consider sharing this exploration of ancient wisdom as we continue uncovering profound truths about God's eternal plan for all creation.